So today I will be analyzing Mr. Hanley's swing. Let's start first by playing the video through real quick. Okay, so now looking at the numbers, the first thing that sticks out to me is his attack angle is 4.7 degrees up. So this stands out to me because that is much higher than the tour average, which I believe is about 0 or even 1 degrees down. And while this is very good for extra distance, it makes it very difficult to be consistent with your drive and have control. So that'll definitely be one thing to look at going forward. Another thing that stands out to me is his club path being 3.7 degrees in to out, which isn't too bad in itself, but when you pair that with his 4.7 degree attack angle, his swing direction is over 7 degrees out to the right, which is pretty big. What that means is that he probably plays a draw as his preferred ball flight, and his misses are going to be either big pushes, blocks out to the right, or quick snap hooks. And the few times playing with Mr. Hanley, this is definitely an accurate representation of his misses when he does have a miss hit. So now into the analysis of what I would recommend changing this up to maybe get a little better numbers. The first thing that I notice is on his backswing, he does come a little bit to the outside. Not much at all. A little bit to the outside, and at the top, he's very flat. So that reminds me of Rickie Fowler. Very flat there, and then from that position, just like Rickie Fowler, it's very easy to drop it to the inside and play a draw with that in-to-out swing direction, which matches up with what his numbers say. So let's get rid of that arrow, and then on the downswing, if we look at the face-on view, one thing I notice is as he starts the downswing, his hips, they slide a little forward instead of rotating right away. So if we go back to the dress here, put a line there, his hips go towards that line, go towards his target before he starts to rotate his hips. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it much easier for him to drop that club down to the inside on his downswing. And another thing that is going to promote that very strong in-to-out swing path, which we see with his numbers and his ball flight. So now I'm going to recommend one pre-swing adjustment to affect his attack angle, maybe drop that down a little bit so it's not as up, and then two in-swing adjustments to get his swing path less into out, and instead of 8 degrees swing direction, maybe down to 2 or 3, and get his club path to impact to maybe 1 or 2 instead of over 3.5. So let's get rid of this line. So now the first thing I'd recommend is on his backswing, a drill would be maybe to put an alignment stick be about right there. And then when he comes back, he can make sure to try and keep his club head on the inside of this alignment stick. So what that's going to do is it's going to cause him to, at the top, to not be quite as flat, which is going to make it easier to get a little steeper on the ball and not swing as far into out. And then another thing we can do is put another alignment rod right on his back heel. Be a little closer. Right on his back heel right here, so that if he does slide forward, he would hit that rod. So you can work on, instead of sliding, turning his hips. And then the combination of those two things, that should allow his swing path to not be quite as far into out. And then his attack angle to be a little less. And then one thing we can add on as well is he can move his ball position at address a little bit more in the back of his stance. That might help him not hitting as up on the ball as much. So yeah, overall very good swing, and those would just be some adjustments I would recommend. Thank you.